do the sticky notes since I had those kind of things.
Good morning. Welcome back, kids. When we were together yesterday, we went over a skill where you used your 5 fingers. The thumb was for the characters. This finger was for the setting. This finger was for the problem. This little finger was for the events in the story. And this little finger was for the solution, how they solved the problem in the story. Well, guess what? I found the best book. And you know, this week we're going to read lots of books about apples, apple trees, Johnny Appleseed. And yesterday we listened to the story about some first graders that went on a field trip to an orchard. Remember? And Michael, he didn't want to pick the apples, but at the end of the story, he decided he liked it. I found the best book. And this also has a little boy in it, but it's as one of the characters, but it's very interesting because it has a character that is not like a character that you usually see. So let me bring up that book. The title of the story we're going to read today is The Apple Tree. And there are going to be some words in here that I want to go over with you before we start reading. This word is season. Can you say season? Well, there are 4 seasons in the year. You have summer, which is summer now. But by the time you're listening to this story, it's going to be fall. And after fall comes winter, and after winter comes spring. So if you listen to this story carefully, you're going to get to hear and see pictures of all the 4 seasons. Now, this word is proud. Can you say proud? I am very proud of you for doing your work at home and always completing your schoolwork. I am so proud. You can feel proud. You'll see this word in the story, and droopy. Sometimes when I don't water my flowers, they get droopy. And that just means their leaves are kind of not standing straight up. They're just kind of withered to one side. So droopy is an adjective that just means you're just kind of falling over. All right, let's get back to the story. I can't wait to read it. I think you're going to love it too. The Apple Tree. This book was written by Sandy Sharpie and illustrated by Morlana Hodson. One day, a little Cherokee boy planted an apple seed in his backyard. See him using a shovel and getting the hole ready? The boy wanted the seed. The boy watered the seed and kept the weeds away. One morning, a seedling appeared. The little boy said, "Look at you. Once you were just a seed, and now you are an apple tree." See the little sprout? He put a sign around the tree so no one would step on it. See the sign that says apple tree? Oh, it's growing, isn't it? In no time at all, the seedling grew branches and more leaves. The boy was so proud. There's our word, proud. Look at you. Once you were just a seed, and now you are an apple tree. You are beautiful. The little tree really was not so beautiful, but because the little boy loved the tree so much, the tree felt beautiful. Still, a few days later, the boy found the little apple tree sad and droopy. "What's wrong, little tree?" the boy asked. See the word droopy? Told you we'd need that word. "What good is an apple tree that makes no apples?" asked the little tree. The boy replied, "When we are big, we will both be able to do lots of things." Yet as he walked away, he saw the tree still looked sad. Poor tree. That night, as the tree slept, the boy tied a big red apple on a branch of the little tree. See the apple he tied there? The next morning, the boy went to check on his friend. Look at you. You have a big red apple, he said. The little apple tree said, you have cared for me and loved me. I would like you to have my first apple. Thank you, the boy said. See the nice red apple? And he took a great big bite. Chomp. Delicious. As the seasons passed, the boy and the apple tree grew. Now, boys and girls, good readers always look at the illustrations because many times you can tell a lot from the story that you can't find in the words, but you can see it in the illustration. So I can look at this picture, and even though it doesn't say over here that it's fall, I can tell because I can look at the leaves on the tree and I see the different colors. And in the fall, the trees begin to lose their leaves. So this picture, this illustration, gives me more information. They both grew tall and strong. What season is it here? I see a snowman. I see snow on the ground. Are you thinking winter? Me too. Once again, the boy went to the tree. Look at you. Once just a tiny seed, now you are an apple tree. You are beautiful. The apple tree was beautiful. Pink blossoms covered it from tip to top. Butterflies, birds, and honeybees came to visit. And when the pink blossoms fell off, before I turn the page, I'm just going to enjoy this picture, y'all. Look at the beautiful blooms on the apple tree and the birds and the butterflies. And a little bumblebee. This is a beautiful picture of an apple tree. And I can look at this picture and tell that it's not winter anymore. It's spring because flowers bloom and trees bloom in the spring. And when the pink blossoms fell off, boom, look at here. Yellow apples took their place. So many yellow apples that the branches bowed from the weight. They bowed. That means they bent over. They were so heavy with beautiful apples. But look, are they red apples? No, they're yellow. Once again, the boy said to the tree, look at you. You were once just a seed, and now you are a big apple tree. The apple tree replied, yes, I am a big apple tree now, and these yellow apples are very grand. But I will never forget my first apple, the one the Creator made red. Just to show how much I am loved. Boys and girls, that's the end of the story. But wasn't that just a great book? I loved it because the apple tree never forgot what the little boy did from him in the very beginning that made him feel beautiful. Remember when the tree went to sleep, he tied that apple on there? That was so sweet. It's just such a lovely book. Now let's think about how we can use our 5-finger retell to retell this story. So I need you to get you something to write with a pencil and a piece of paper and meet me back here. You can pause this video while you go and gather your things. You ready? Let's start. First, we're going to trace our hand. And it doesn't need to be perfect because it's just going to be a graphic organizer to help us recall the story. And I think it'll be a great idea if we write the title on the hand. The apple tree. I'll circle it. Now I'm going to draw the little boy, because right here on the thumb, characters, our thumb is going to help us remember that we need to be able to recall characters. And this is the good stuff, because the characters are not always people. They can be animals. They can be anything. Like in this story, you had a little boy and you had a tree, the apple tree. So that the apple tree is a character in this story. Now let's talk about the setting. Now the setting is where the story takes place, and we know it was outside. It was outdoors. I'm going to write outside, but was it day or night? It was. Did you say day? Yes, it was during the day. And we can tell because it shows the pictures that are happening during the day. But also, we use the illustrations to help us understand that the setting of the story was showing the different seasons. So it showed all 4 seasons. It showed it when it was blooming in the spring, and it showed it when it had beautiful yellow apples, and it also showed it during the winter when there was a snowman, and then we saw it in the fall, because we know it was fall because the leaves were falling off the tree. And guess what, boys and girls? There was a problem in the story. Do you remember what the problem was? What could be the problem in this story? Were you thinking the problem was that the tree was sad? He was droopy and sad because he didn't feel beautiful? You are right. The problem in the story is the tree was sad. He did not feel beautiful. Now on this finger right here, we're going to put the events. Beginning of the story, he planted a seed. And the middle of the story, the tree was growing. The tree and the boy grew. And then at the end of the story, the tree was thankful. So thankful for the little boy. And the tree felt beautiful. I was happy. So now when we get to this finger right here and we talk about the solution in a story, when you're talking about story structure and the elements of a story, the solution is how the problem was solved. So the tree was sad. What caused the tree not to be sad anymore? When you think back to the story, do you remember when the tree went to sleep and the little boy went and got a red apple and he tied it to the tree? Remember when he did that very nice thing? Well, that, boys and girls, is a solution to the problem. When the boy gave the tree a red apple. So, boys and girls, in this lesson, I hope that you remembered that you can always remember the characters, the setting, the problem, events, and solution in a story just by using your 5 fingers. Keep your paper and take a picture of it, and you can share it with your teacher on Dojo, or you can, if you're doing this at home and you're coming to an AB student, you can bring it back to school with you, because I would love to see the work that you did. Bye.